Severance, Season 1, Episode 5. Oh, I didn't necessarily want to see this. I think she's gonna survive, though. Come to think of it, the smartest plan would be like making it convincing that you made the attempt without actually doing it. Maybe that's her plan. Because then if your outie self sees that, you're like, I can't be risking this. Hopefully she has some letters on her somewhere.
Helly?
Yeah.
Oh, you were doing something you shouldn't have been doing, weren't you? It started with him snooping and then turned into him transgressing himself. Faster! Faster, Mark, faster! Quickly now. Oh, I hope that she's alive. For Mark's sake, if nothing else.
Jesus.
Oh no! Yeah, your innie isn't welcome at work anymore. If she survives.
Is she okay?
No! Oh, she's alive! She's alive! What are you, clearing the evidence?
Helly, get in the elevator!
Yeah, I need to take her to a hospital.
Is she okay?
It looks like she's alive, which is good. Isn't he just gonna like respawn right here? That's a very interesting camera technique. I don't know exactly what that is, but... Yo! See you tomorrow! Jesus. Yikes. Yeah, Audi Mark doesn't need that. He's got enough on his plate. Oof, damn, what opening. Depending on how powerful this company is and how difficult this would be based on Helly's Audi life, there's no guarantee this solves it either. You could just do something to her here, keep her here forever. There is no more Audi, just the innie. And who's to say there's only even 2? There could be 11. It could be innie 1, innie 2, innie 3. Huh, interesting. I'm looking for houses based on that map. I can't even really make sense of this image because this bottom part, I guess, is like a lake with a bridge over it, but there's just something about it visually that is very odd. Oh no, Helly! Yeah, right back to it. Right, time has passed, but he doesn't feel that.
Is she alive?
Have a seat, Mark.
Just answer the question, damn it. Why is everything so difficult?
She's in the hospital.
Okay.
She has severe bruising, but thankfully no permanent damage.
Good. A really stupid plan succeeded.
Intention of resigning.
But she almost died. I mean, she doesn't want to be here.
And she will be back at her desk in a few days.
What am I missing? What more do you need to realize that it's not safe for you to be employed at Lumon?
This happened on your watch.
Oh, come on now. Who's watching the cameras? No one? She really has it out for Mark. Any Mark in particular and only. It's because you called her buddy.
My failure to break into the literary world in my 20s was devastating. Yet it taught me a vital lesson. That it was not me who was wrong, but literature itself.
Huh? Okay, I'm
A
listening.
society with festering workers cannot flourish, just as a man with rotting toes cannot skip.
Wait, how did we get from that to
What
workers?
separates man from machine is that machines cannot think for themselves. Also, they are made of metal, whereas man is made of skin. If you are a soldier,
This is
do
great.
not fight for my freedom.
Oh, I see, we're skipping around.
Bullies are nothing but bull and lies.
I love this dramatic reading too.
Is dust.
Whoa. This is the manifesto we must follow. It's so deep and wise.
Ask if it's truly you that must change, or the system.
It's the system, man. I'm always right. I'm never the problem. It's always the system. Woof. Do you feel it? Do you feel the power? Do we skip the section about children need 3 beds at the same time? I'm not wrong. All of literature is wrong. It's all stupid. It's also interesting because not all of them are, well, I can spin some of them in a way where I'm like, okay, I can kind of see where that comes from. But I think my most important takeaway from this is such a relief for me. Last episode, I mentioned that one of my early worries about the show was that it's going to be like, oh man, work. Corporate structure, terrible. Workers, good. The end. Which I'm relieved to say is something I feel like we're maybe coming out of a little bit culturally. A similar level of conception I feel like I was seeing for a while was along the lines of like, man, the evils of capitalism. The end, right? Like there was no deeper exploration or insight or question or solution like that movie The Platform, where it's literally about people with stuff above pooping on the good people down below. It's like, damn, how much more on the nose and oversimplistic can you get? I am good because I am lower, and you are bad because you are higher, and you are so bad you are literally shitting on on me, this good person that I am, because of the fact that I am lower than you materially, as if there's any connection there whatsoever. This makes it clear that the show's more self-aware than that.
Full synaptic coupling. Peter Kilmer's memory was reintegrated. You were right, Harmony.
I guess
We should
only the
celebrate.
chosen ones are allowed to deny the scripture.
I figure you'll take a beat before telling the board, especially after what happened with Helly.
The board probably already knows. It just seems like they don't want it, right? It's not about the truth. It's about their agenda, no?
Shit.
Hi, Mark. It's Ricken. Listen, I know you're still in severed Mark form, but Devin's at 4 centimeters, so this baby is officially coming. We're headed to the birthing retreat now,
Oh,
so...
okay. Did you miss it? Did you bring all the beds? Wouldn't want to ruin the baby's life through trauma.
This is Mark's work self. Please tell him Ricken said to come quickly. Mark, we're still here.
I can't make fun of him for not understanding the system right away. It takes some adjusting.
Oh, hey.
Oh, this is awkward.
Did you forget that I was going to be here?
Yes.
Slightly?
I totally forgot. And I don't want to see you anymore. Not because you're bad, but because I'm embarrassed and I don't want to be reminded of my embarrassment.
Ricken is doing this thing where he cries over her. So I'm...
Whatever. Okay, yeah. Inside of cry is just I.
Babe, I just don't want to be like my father.
She's rethinking this whole arrangement.
You're getting it out now.
This whole marriage.
Hey, I'm so glad you're here. I didn't know if they were going to wake you up from work or whatever.
Oh, no, I just saw the message when I got off. I'm sorry.
No, it's been pretty boring so far.
All right, well,
You wouldn't know that judging by Ricken's 8 million voicemails.
I hate whoever's in there.
It's just fat cats making fat kittens.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, shit.
It's a contraction.
fuck.
Mark, say a secret, quickly.
He doesn't have to, babe.
What?
The fetus is drawn to clear air. Purging secrets can create a soul void. I love you, and I feel hurt that you haven't called me to thank me for the book yet.
We never got the book, technically.
That was an advanced copy. Oh my god. Oh my
Ricken
god.
a just a little bit self-absorbed in this moment. Honey, I'm the one in pain. Mark didn't read my book.
Well, this is good. We can finish setting up the room.
I'm not doing any more of your nonsense.
Mark, would you help me hang the kelp?
No. It's tough because, like, oh, I hate these situations because I like getting along with people and I like people and I don't care if you have a different point of view. Obviously, I have my own things that I do that people wouldn't understand or wouldn't do themselves. So naturally, I recognize that I have to extend that courtesy to others, if for no other reason, just to be consistent. It's tough, but I think maybe the solution is you can always say what you think and you're free to have your own boundaries about what you're willing to do, but then making sure to do that in a way that is not overly emotional or aggressive or accusatory or not understanding. I love you. I don't personally believe that the kelp is the most important thing in the world right now when your wife is having contractions. Like, you're free to do or think whatever, but like, I don't want to be asked to be dishonest. That's sometimes what it feels like.
Hang the kelp? Why?
Yes, why? We would all like to know.
To explain it.
Yes and no. I'm conflicted. Yeah, I kind of do now. Yeah, now I do want to hear. Why are we hanging kelp? Because kelp is just a small portion away from help.
I'm from over there. I just came out on a coffee run and I got distracted by your beautiful coffee and I was wondering if there's any chance you could hook me up.
Okay.
Yeah? Yes. Thank you. Thank Chris.
We've entered into the layer of the fat cats.
My husband is driving me fucking crazy. My brother's depressing me.
And really, this should be about her.
Is it your first?
Yeah. Yours?
May 3rd.
They must have a lot of beds in the house.
Holy shit, by the way. About this cabin. So nice. You rich?
That's none of your business, but okay.
If the thief reads the book, it will have been worth it. In fact, I bet you he turns himself in afterward.
Yeah, with such gems such as you can't spell industry without dust. Oh, so we're hanging up the kelp.
Of course, the baby's middle name could have been so lovely a tribute to her, but I understand you were unable to be comfortable with it.
Okay, now this is just getting antagonistic.
Own name without some big feely baggage.
Yeah, up to this point, Mark has been really polite. That was kind of a rude thing to say or dig into. Once again, that's not about him. Mark was very cool about that. I don't know. That might have triggered me a bit, if I'm being honest. Of course, this would be making the same mistake Ricken's making in some ways, like with the whole fat guy comment. And I don't know this for sure, but the grand irony of this whole thing would be that Ricken is the most deeply troubled, despite having the least trouble. He seems to be a character manifest of one of the things I'm theorizing to be a theme of the show, which is that we've decoupled the cost from the benefit, or the contribution to the output, and the struggle and consequent growth to the meaning, much like how his friend decoupled food from dinner, much like they're decoupling their innie and outie selves. This actually is one of the challenges of modern life, and I think this is a valid critique of a lot of work, is that often we play a very highly specialized role, and the reward is money, which is great, but it's not the same thing as the yield of the final thing on which you're a part of the makers. So the relationship is sort of hard to intuit. It's more abstracted. It's less directly palpable, even if that meaning is still there. But I think the point is not to remove the thing, it's to understand the actual meaning that it has. The common practice is to look for the escape, right? Or the hack or the panacea, when I think probably a lot of the time the answer is in the opposite. It's in like the direct dealing with the thing, where the rewards come from. And actually thinking about it some more, I think that the dinner thing in season 1 is so great because it was almost there. It actually is very close to something really cool. To overlap with ReZero, there was a point in our history where our food used to fight back. Food was not guaranteed. It was something very difficult, something you were extremely grateful for when you had it. And now we've moved so far ahead materially that food is much more abundant. And so that relationship has been lost. And in that scene, in their attempt to rediscover that meaning, instead of like reconnecting with the actual significance and importance of the food, their answer was to remove the food. They were close, but they were at the wrong end. That is a very long and roundabout way to explain how I feel about Ricken. Wore himself out hanging kelp for a much deserved nap.
Need me to tell a secret?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me your dark shit.
I hate Ricken. That's not a secret though.
I kind of think Lumon might be up to something.
Okay, this is great. This needs to wait until tomorrow.
Like with your paychecks?
How come no one's thinking about the sister?
Oh! Holy fucking pit of hell!
Charlie, you okay?
Another hell mentioned. You gotta pick up at some point. That is the call to adventure. It's the call to adventure. Literally, it's a call.
So this will be any Helly's first conscious experience since the hanging. When she sees you,
right.
Do you know how to make your eyes kind?
That reminds me of that movie Triangle of Sadness, where they're like, can you remove this triangle of sadness you have going on to the model? Speaking of ReZero, this is very Subaru, right?
You're okay. It's all right.
Waking up with the after effects of what just happened. So your Audi is an idiot.
Do you want to talk about it?
Can we like really talk about it? Though? I guess that's a no.
We should hide inspirational handbook quotes around the office.
Yeah, that's your former office imprisonment. Quotes from the office handbook.
You know what one of us should do is lend her our trap until she has one of her own. No, but not me, though, because I already contributed the idea. It's only fair.
I gotta forgive them for thinking this way.
I'm here to observe Helly.
Okay. Be careful how you answer anything she says.
I'm to watch her for signs of sadness.
She's just like naturally a very calming person.
Forego further suicide attempts. Upon request, I can also perform a hug.
You know,
I thought it was just her office demeanor or her therapy demeanor, but
sadness. Could I get one of those?
No.
You also just lost 10 points. This is terrible. Some petty revenge.
Did you get all that?
Are you upset?
Yes.
If you're upset, you can request
a hug. I know. I'm good.
Have you tried the finger trap? Oh no, don't fall asleep, Irving. It's against the handbook. Oh, not again. What is Audi Irving doing? What are you up to, Audi Irv? They seemed to know last time he was experiencing this.
Irv? I have to go to O&D.
Maybe
Something's come up.
Audi Irving is just not sleeping at all. Cheating, well, he would still get tired, right?
Okay, fine. Just make a copy of that map in case we have to come find you.
I think actually Mark seems like a pretty decent manager. I mean, things were going wrong under his watch, but he does seem to actually like them and respect them as people. Wait, what just came out? What is this? Wasn't he copying the map? Do they have some kind of tech around that too? Sometimes it really does seem like this is a Matrix type thing, where this is not actual physical space, and this is not air they're breathing.
We must have sent this print job here by mistake. You weren't supposed to see this.
What are
Oh, okay. All right. It wasn't a copy.
Nothing. A joke from Miss Cobell.
Uh-huh.
Did that actually happen?
Maybe it did happen.
Mr. Milchik?
Of course not. Nothing like that
I mean,
could happen here.
Judging by Helly's behavior, it could.
It's proof. It is ironclad proof.
Milchik says it didn't happen. And why would one department physically attack another? Lumon wouldn't just then give them all the other department's resources.
Does O&D know that?
Well, they are both the prisoners and the prison guards, so the lines get a little bit blurred there. And this is a technique of control, too. Whoever is perpetuating the prison has no skin in the game. They are layers removed so that the backlash and fallout falls on the intermediaries, who are often in the same population as those who are fighting against it. That being said, I don't love or totally buy the whole I'm just doing my job thing, or I'm just following orders. Nevertheless, I think that distinction is important.
I could ask.
Your new friend who lied to you about the size of his department? How do we know what else he isn't being kosher about?
This is probably how this very thing starts. All right, this has gone beyond the point of just an office rumor played for humor. There's got to be something to this revolt.
I saw Miss Casey down there. You're having her watch Helly
I am.
For her wellness.
The light of discovery shines truer upon a virgin meadow than a beaten path. I'm trying something new with Miss Casey.
That's ominous and sinister.
Right.
Interesting. A little bit of tension there. A little bit of a divide. How much does Audi Helly hate work? For this to all be worth it. See how she likes it when she has no eyelashes.
Please describe for me your time in the restroom.
Oh, no. Ugh, I'm so sorry, Miss Casey.
Did he do that deliberately?
You know, I go to distribution supply all the time, so I could, if you...
That office romance was over before it began.
Helly, I just realized I haven't shown you where we keep the extra pen caps. It's not far, do you mind?
I'm good, thanks.
Pick up the hint that he's dropping.
Careful out there, boss. Weird energy about.
I wonder if they themselves, the four of them, represent the four humors?
Petey's map.
Yeah, since you've been trying to recreate it on my lunch breaks.
From memory, that's tough. It was super detailed.
We work on it together, we can... Yeah.
I'm not your new Petey.
That's, I don't know. Helly is something. She's a lot. I know she's in distress, a lot of distress, but he's trying to help, and he's giving you something to hope for.
Mark took her to look at pen caps.
Where?
Only in this office would that be a valid alibi.
Bert G is in the conference room.
What'd she say? What's in the conference room? Oh, she said Bert G is in the conference room. Ooh, he's rehearsing his lines.
I was looking for you. I hadn't heard from you. Well,
Oh, would you not do that? Damn, man.
I need a manager. Irving, wait, don't go.
Don't leave him alone.
What you're up to?
What is wrong with you? Open the door.
Probably better if you're in there safe. Oh, poor Mark. This is gonna come out of Mark's head, isn't it? Man, things are really heating up, getting spicy at Lumon Industries.
Where the fuck are we?
Look.
I also would like to know.
I told her I wanted out and she told me I wasn't a person. My own self told me that.
Yeah, and that's horrible, but don't focus on her.
Maybe there's some reflection to be had here.
What I want is for her to wake up while the life drains out of her and to know it was me who did it.
What the hell is that? Why is there a baby crying?
Our department chief and new hire have gone missing. Do you know where they are?
Of course not.
I just came to see you.
Oh, this is tragic.
I didn't know why you hadn't been back, and I didn't want to scare you again, like with the hand thing.
Don't say... Okay.
I was working out a joke.
Joke?
To say when I got in.
Prove it. Tell it.
I hadn't worked it out yet. It's literally silly. Like they say, you all have pouches.
Pouches?
Like a kangaroo?
Like to carry young?
Yes, according to some. You each have a larval
A pouch to
offspring.
carry larva.
I'd be remiss not to say that in this theory, the larva eventually eats and replaces you.
Oh.
Which Irving would
I
solve.
wonder if this is so true too.
Your youthful energy.
Hey, turn that around. Smooth landing. See, there was no need to rehearse.
Are you sweet on this guy?
Yes. Yeah. Right. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack in this place. I don't blame them for being confused. Also, there's that thing about them not having memories. Oh, it's a goat. It's a baby goat. Why is there a baby goat? Next question. Does it represent sacrifice? Okay. This is the breastfeeding goat division.
You can't take them yet. They're not ready. It isn't time. Oh.
But get the hell out of here.
Gladly.
Go!
This is giving me all sorts of red flag alarm bells for the mystery box idea. This feels like Lost. What in the hell are the goats for? I mean, they gotta be for sacrifice, right? Also, isn't Satan sometimes depicted as a goat?
What kind of barbarities were we enacting?
It doesn't matter. I don't think it was real.
Not him following them.
You know that relationships beyond the platonic are frowned upon anyway.
This is a test. Take a hint.
Bert G, at this time, I
mean, he thinks he's looking out for Irving, but...
release you from MDR's supervision.
For a group that's heavily managed, they're not very well managed. They're not really paying attention to what goes on here.
In the storeroom, I'd like to show you.
I'm suspicious for different reasons.
Damn dumb being here.
She was a swat.
Haters gonna hate.
My handbook just says they were bonded by the spirit of industry.
I know, but if this interpretation is correct,
they met as colleagues, took heart to each other as colleagues.
This is a very sly propaganda here.
You lying fuck?
Dylan!
He claims he doesn't know about this painting, meanwhile it's sitting right there on his shelf.
Maybe it has a different name.
Look at the badges the raiders are wearing. That's not O&D, Dylan. It's us.
this one's never gone into the hallway rotation.
Gee, I wonder why.
It's called the macro data refinement calamity.
It was us the whole time. It could have even been them, and they just had their memories erased. Who knows? Maybe Irving had one of his ooze episodes.
I mean, what if the goats...
Or it's all just propaganda to get them divided.
Like, we're deciding which goats live and which ones... Oh, God.
I doubt it's that.
Depending on what they wanted, what the goal of this place is, they probably could have done a much better job of keeping them civil and obedient if they had just tampered with their memories and conceptions just a little bit more. If you remove enough of the truth, then they're just sort of beholden to what you tell them things are. Though there's a difficulty there too. Again, a parallel to the Matrix. You have to build in just enough problems and strife. There's a balance.
If you give me the map, I'll clean it up. Your drawing is shit.
Ooh, this is suspicious,
You're both unhurt.
We are.
but very confused.
I'm glad. I was scared.
I feel better already.
Sorry.
I forgive you.
That's nice. I feel forgiven. Why is her voice so calming? Yeah, there's something deliberate about this whole thing, right? I mean, they see everything, or they can see everything. Yeah, what do you want?
You aware what MDR is up to right now?
Yes.
The surest way to tame a prisoner is to let him believe he's free.
Right, that's what I was just saying.
I want to introduce you all to Irving and Dylan.
You're about to start another incident.
They're friends.
Interesting. They're becoming less divided. This is a brand new initiative, but management also knows. I guess maybe they're trying something different, as she said. To what end, though? That's the big question. Something with the tempers. This is all an experiment into human nature, probably. We're probably trying to solve for the problem of humanity, which is not actually a problem, or is like a main ingredient of what makes humanity beautiful. Speaking of separation or severance being a root cause of the topical problems I think the show is trying to explore.